The mighty Mekong River, source of food and water for millions. And tonight, the front line in a David and Goliath confrontation with China.
When the river have problem, the people near the river have problem same.
You don't have the food because you don't have the fish.
No have everything.
In 10 years, the Mekong has changed dramatically. An estimated 40% of fish have disappeared on this stretch of river, according to the Mekong River Commission. Many say the reason is upstream. China has built 11 hydro dams, and Chinese companies are helping build more in neighboring countries. The dams contribute to historic floods and some of the worst droughts in living memory, disrupting the centuries-old ecosystem and damaging fish stock.
To find out just how badly fish stocks have been impacted, we're going to go talk to folks in this fishing village.
It's almost deserted. 18 pontoons, but we see only 5 fishermen. 64-year-old Sinkam Watanam has been fishing since he was 12.
How was the fishing today?
None, he says. It's been like this every 2 to 3 days. John Roberts runs an elephant sanctuary by the Mekong. Small organisations like his, he says, were not consulted by Beijing. Like someone turned off a tap.
Exactly that. So, the days of the long 3-month flood, which would have been part of the ecosystem for millennia, have just disappeared completely.
China says its dams do not negatively impact the lower Mekong and has agreed to share more water data, but is still accused of not giving enough warning when it opens or closes the dams. So a team in Washington, D.C. is trying to help supply information China does not.
The Mekong's dying a death of 1,000 cuts from these dams.
The Stimson Center's Mekong Dam Monitor uses satellite technology to measure China's reservoir levels and inform people in countries downstream.
Whether China will share actual physical data, not data that's observed from afar with satellites, that remains to be seen.
But local people have been pushing back and winning. Campaigner Pianporn Dites fighting a proposal to turn the river into a canal for container ships.
So these are the rocks they would want to demolish.
All this section of the river will be canalized, meaning that all the concrete on the both sides of the river.
The project, from China's Yunnan province, along the border of Myanmar, Thailand and Laos, is part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, a trade policy which claims to support neighbouring countries. But here, at least, it has backfired. And China has listened. For the second time, the plan is on hold.
You have to stand up and fight it again.
Delegations from Beijing have even visited local activists like Pianporn and Nuat, perhaps a sign of China's government recognizing it must persuade, not just impose. The most important thing, he says, is that China has people too, and we have to make them aware. What they do doesn't just impact me, it impacts the world, it impacts themselves. The battle over this river's future may hold lessons for the world. Keir Simmons, NBC News, the Mekong, Thailand.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.